What's going on? Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Listen, I am literally sitting here right now working on my outline for a masterclass that I'm going to be offering towards the end of this month. You'll hear more about that later on. But one of the areas that I'm covering right now is literally how to avoid comparing yourself to other people. We have all been susceptible to that. I'm certainly no exception to it. And so I just decided that I wanted to share this with you guys today. So I've got my notebook in hand. I'm definitely going to look at my notes so I can keep this video short. But one of the first things you can do to limit the thief of comparison, because y'all know comparison is a thief, all right? One of the first things that you can do is limit your time on social media. Ironically, I'm coming to you on social media, but let's be real. We spend way too much time on social media. And a lot of times when we're scrolling through, we're looking at everybody else's life. It seems like it's so much better than ours, doesn't it? It seems like, they got the perfect husband, the perfect kids, the perfect house, the perfect car, the perfect life, the perfect business, da 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 da, on and on and on. So when that comparison leads to self-doubt, when you're triggered, okay, when you're triggered, that trigger can lead to self-doubt. That self-doubt can lead to depression, and that is a road that you do not want to go down. It is no coincidence that now we're talking about mental health more than we ever have. Now it's no longer considered taboo if you go see a therapist. Actually, it's considered, we're high-fiving people for going, taking charge of their mental health and going to see a therapist. But I know a lot of this, if you look at the studies, a lot of this is programmed or tied to what we're seeing on social media and this comparison thing. So one, limit your time on social media. Number two, be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. I know you hear it all the time, and sometimes it can be easier said than done when we're in that world of self-doubt. But be grateful for every single thing that you have, not just the material things that you have, but the relationships that you have, the people in your life. And if you are one of those people who have nobody in your life, be grateful that you can breathe today. Be grateful that you can open your eyes today. Be grateful that you can taste today. Be grateful that you can hear today. You can always find things to be grateful for, all right? You can stop this video right now and just start thinking about the things that you can be grateful for, okay? Because there's a long list of them, right? Number three, celebrate any and all of your wins, okay? Now, of course, I don't mean this in an egotistical way. And I want you to also understand, and I know you know this, that everything good that happens to you is not through any power of yours, right? This comes from God. You've just done the work. But a lot of times we forget to celebrate the things that happen in our life because we're so busy comparing ourselves to somebody else. If you get a promotion on your job, you might think, oh, that's not really a big deal. No, celebrate that your coworkers, your bosses, your management, your upper management, if you're in network marketing, your upline, you people thought enough of you to promote you, celebrate that. Another thing that you want to do is, if you want to celebrate if you're becoming a great husband, if you're becoming a great wife, if you're becoming a great parent. And the reason I say becoming, because no one is ever a great husband, a great wife, a great parent. It's a constant growing thing. You should constantly be learning to get better and better. You never arrive at I'm the great husband, I'm the great wife, I'm the great parent. No, you're constantly learning and constantly growing. And if you're on that path, celebrate that. If you're becoming a great neighbor, celebrate that. If you're becoming a great business owner, a great trader, a great investor, a great seller of your products, whatever it is that you're doing, celebrate that. Okay. Again, giving God the glory first. Okay. But also taking the time to just, I'm grateful. Going back to that grateful word again, celebrate those small wins. Maybe treat yourself to something that you wouldn't normally treat yourself to, right? But celebrate those small wins. Number 4, don't compare yourself to other people's reels. And I'm talking about reels like what you see on Instagram and Facebook, right? Because if you've ever tried to make a reel, you know that it's more work than what it appears to be. But when you see these reels, these few second reels, it's like, man, it's so this, is so that, their life is so this, their life is so that. Oh my God, they got 300,000 views on this one reel, or they got 1 million views on this one reel. And we can start comparing ourselves again, going back to the social media, we can start comparing ourselves to somebody else's outside. Don't let your comparison of somebody else's outside affect your inside. Don't think that because what you see on the outside from somebody else means that that's better than what you have on the inside, because it absolutely isn't. So you definitely don't want to do that, because here's the thing. When we start comparing ourselves and when we start thinking that somebody else has something that's better than us. And it makes us feel in a way of where we're carrying self-doubt and we're feeling depressed and we're thinking that we're not keeping up, or we're thinking that, time is going past and we're thinking we're too old or too young or we got too many whatever it is we're doing. What we're really saying and thinking is that we're thinking that God is out of the blessing business when it comes to you. You're thinking that he must be going bankrupt. He can't give out no more blessings, may God forbid that we think this. But really, that's what we're saying when we're looking at somebody else and comparing our life to somebody else and thinking that their life is so much better than ours. We're really saying, okay, God don't have any more for me. God done ran out of blessings. He done ran out of money. He done ran out of homes. He done ran out of cars. He done ran out of, great spouses and this and he done ran out. Right? Astaghfirullah. Like, why? God forgive us for thinking like that. Right? But this is what happens when we start comparing again our outside or somebody else's outsides, to our insides. God is not out of the blessing business. Right? So let me make sure I'm staying on track with my numbers. Okay, that's number 4, right? So number 5, okay, the last thing is you want to celebrate other people's wins. You know how I said earlier, celebrate your wins, celebrate other people's wins too. You see them on social media. You see they're going on vacation. Call them up if you know them personally. You see that they're having a wedding anniversary. You see they graduated from school. You see they started a new business. You see that they're, whatever it is they're doing, celebrate it. Put a heart on it. Put a comment on it. At the very least, put a heart on it, because the more that you put out there, the more that you're celebrating other people, the more great energy that you're putting out there, guess what's happening? It's gonna come back to you. And sometimes you just might not be feeling it, right? Sometimes you just might be like, I bet you they got that for free. I bet you this. Oh, I bet he paid for it. I bet she didn't pay. Whatever it is we're saying, sometimes you just got to faith it till you make it, right? Celebrate them anyway. Put a like on it anyway. Pick up a phone call. Girl, I saw on social media that you're going to Aruba for vacation. Girl, that's awesome. Have a great time. Bring me back a seashell. It takes nothing. It takes no time at all to celebrate somebody else's wins. You see your neighbor pull up in a car, a nice car, whatever, celebrate them. You see, whatever it is you see, celebrate other people's wins, no matter how big, no matter how small it is, because literally all you're doing is attracting that greatness back to you. You're helping somebody else feel great. That's a blessing in itself, right? And at the same time, you're attracting that back to you, because you're not doing it just because you want to get it to come back to you. No, that's egotistical. You're doing it because you really want to feel those blessings. You really want to feel that gratitude. You really want to feel, what it's like to just live a life where you're not comparing yourself to somebody else in a negative way. Now, you can use comparison to motivate you. I will say that. You can look at somebody else's social media and be like, dang, she really got it going on. I need to step up my game. Message that person, girl, what is it that you're doing? I love what you're doing. Any tips, or if you don't want to do that, look at it as motivation. Motivation in a positive way is very, very powerful. But when it comes to that negativity, that negative comparison, listen, I'm gonna tell you now, pull back your power from somebody else. Take back your power that you've given to other people, other places, other things that have made you feel less than, that it made you feel like you're not good enough, that it made you feel like you're running out of time, that it made you feel like, oh my God, if I had more money, if I was shorter, taller, fatter, slimmer, richer, whiter, blacker, whatever it is, take back all of your power, because if not, you're just literally shooting yourself in the foot, okay? And that's not what you were created here to do. You have so many gifts inside of you that literally need to be shared with the world, but you cannot do it if you're comparing yourself to somebody else in a negative way. So take back your power, because we're all waiting to be the beneficiary of your gifts. Y'all be blessed. Have a great day.